I remember when we were looking for someone to fill the position at the chamber, and I was on the chamber and participated in those interviews, and I remember the opportunity to interview Jim, and I remembered 3 or 4 different things about him. First of all, he was a financial wizard. He had come from the banking community, and he also seemed to have a lot of great wisdom and wit. He had a little bit of humor that was quite delightful. He's a man who truly, all of his service has been unselfish and humble and with a little bit of wit and wisdom, great sagacity. He's an incredible man with great determination and hard work, but he's also been one who leaves something better. I can't think of anybody who has spent his life making sure that he can leave a legacy and make a difference. So Jim, congratulations on this. You're awesome. If I was going to say one sentence about you, I would have to say that Jim Smith is a pure, sincere, really good man, and a really good man who's deserving of this legacy award. Congratulations, Jim.
I'm excited to talk about Jim, and I'm happy for him getting a legacy award here with the Chamber, and it's well deserved in its time, Jim, after all that you've done. But I want to start by talking about when you were hired and when we first got to know you. It was a hiring committee for the Chamber. We got together, we interviewed all kinds of really good applicants, and when we were done we had about 5 applicants that were amazingly qualified. And as a committee we sat back and said, how are we going to know who we should hire? They're all amazing. And Rand Kerr, who was the CEO of Lakeview Hospital at the time, said, well, I think we should hire the person with the most self-peace. And I about fell off my chair thinking this is a concept from the 60s, you know, and it was really kind of funny. But then Rand went on to explain that self-peace meant we're looking for an individual that was very comfortable with themselves. They didn't feel like they had to necessarily sell themselves, but just let us know who they were and that we would be okay with that. And I'll be darned if when we started to apply those principles to the candidates, Jim rose to the top really quickly and became the prime candidate, because Jim was just comfortable with who he was and was at peace, and it shone in his leadership. Jim, I'm just excited for you to receive the Legacy Award. It's well deserved. It's been a pleasure to know you and Carolyn and your family a little bit. As you were brought on in the Chamber, you provided instant strength and ability that was needed in the Chamber at the time, but also in the entire county. So thank you for all that you've done, and congratulations on receiving the Legacy Award.
So Jim Smith is my dad, and I'm a big fan, and not just because I have his face, though that might be part of it, but he's just such a great person. I know every one of my siblings, his grandkids, we would all tell you the same thing. He is just an incredible person. I think the question that I get asked the most regarding my dad is, people will say, is Jim really that nice and that friendly all of the time in real life? And I can tell you that the answer to that question is absolutely yes, he is. He is generous and kind to people he knows, people he doesn't know, even the way he speaks about other people. He really does embody that personality trait. I'm really grateful for that legacy that he left, not only for Davis County, but also for his family, for his children and his grandkids.
I was the chairman of the board during the time that Jim, his first year as being president of the Chamber. And so we spent a lot of time together. We had a lot of lunches together. We had a lot of discussions together. Let me share some things about Jim that I find just wonderful. He is very capable, warm, genuine. He would give you the shirt off of his back. Knowledgeable, smart. Corny. He has some very corny jokes. If you've ever worked with Jim, you know that he owes you a milkshake. So Jim, I hope you've invested in a dairy, because there's a lot of people here that know you and love you, and that you've worked with. And so those are some of the things that are just wonderful about Jim.
We have been very fortunate here in Davis County to be able to have a man of Jim's quality to be able to work in a number of different areas for us. I think there was without a question that Jim, as far as the chamber chair went, brought the chamber to the point that Angie's been able to take it even farther, and we're grateful for his hard work. It's always the most difficult when you start improving and changing a program, but not only did Jim come in and do that, but he's left a legacy with the chamber. I think also in the commission, I had the opportunity to work with Jim as mayor of Layton City, as he served in the Davis County Commission seat, and absolutely wonderful. He started what I think we've tried to carry on, and that is the fact of building a relationship between the commission and also with the cities. Jim, you're the guy. I appreciate everything that you've done.